The captain, Craig Irvin, strides out to the middle. At number 4, he would have batted, I'm sure, the majority of his career at number 3. Opened the batting in recent times in the T20 format. Look at that record, 120 matches, 3,300 plus runs. 2 slips in place, and that will be because of the turn that we've seen already here this morning.
Nice side towards the batsman. To grab is behind you. It tells you there's turn on offer. But what it does mean, there might be 1 or 2 more gaps in the outfield. Everyone has found it off the mark with a boundary. It's weighted very nicely for this. It's not a quick turn, it's slow off the surface, so you've got to really wait to get the ball in the gap like that. He's done that extremely well to get his first boundary. And in the first power play, Zimbabwe looking good, 62 for 2.
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करता हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
जैस के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
वाह भाई।
First one day international, Zimbabwe versus Pakistan ODI Series 2024. We've seen 4 bowlers used already by Pakistan by the 8th over. And as the second power play starts, Harris Ralph will be operating from the airport end. Pakistan obviously winning the toss, electing to bowl first. That would have been because of the inclement weather that we had just prior to the start of the game. I'm surprised that by the 11th over they've used 5 bowlers already, including 2 spinners.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was an easy decision to make with the toss. Saw sort of a bat first ground, and we knew the cloud cover was probably going to burn away. It was a very good surface, so Sean Irvine didn't look too upset. Craig Irvine. And certainly with the start that Zimbabwe's had one in mind, they've got the opportunity to put some big runs on the board here. Swift start. But interesting, like you've mentioned, to have that 5th change in the 10th over. I just wonder if this is a matchup they identified beforehand, the pace of Ralph. Look at some of the highlights during the power play. Anything on the legs of Marumani and outside his eye line, he was cricket down some. There's the wicket, misunderstanding, run out. They were so good up until that point. And the last wicket in the power play. So now he's got Ralph running in, he's got that extra man that he can have in the outfield, a bit of extra protection. Just wonder with his pace if there's going to be a couple of questions asked here in terms of a short ball to Irvine and Marumani. No, they most definitely will, not just to Marumani, but to probably any of the Zimbabwean batters he'll bowl to. Now, you just look at the surface today, it doesn't have the pace and the bounce that the Pakistan faster bowlers are accustomed to. That'll be missing the leg stump. Dry surface, yes. And the grass that is there is very dry. So that'll just try and bind the wicket again.
isn't, you'll get the turn that we've seen already this morning. Quick, short delivery that we know he's a great exponent of. I'm not sure on this surface, but he'll definitely use it. Good understanding between these two. Zimbabwe have already had a mix-up with the run-out. What you'll find is, in that instance, it would have been a very good single had Marumani not been struck by the ball. But it's the fact that he was struck by the ball and attending to his discomfort. And when he looked up, he saw his partner halfway down, and he just wasn't in a position to start running and get himself to the other end. Goes past the outside edge. Harris Ralph is not happy. Then at the 11th, called by Michael Goff, it's 64 for 2.
पेशेंट्स मुझे अक्सर कंप्लेन करते हैं कि कोई भी ठंडी या गर्म चीज जैसे कि आइसक्रीम, चाय या कॉफी लेने से दांतों में शदीद तकलीफ का एहसास होता है। इस सेंसेशन को हम सेंसिटिविटी कहते हैं और इसका असर इनकी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी पर भी पड़ता है। ये खुद से ठीक नहीं होती। सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है और इसके बाद आप अपनी मनपसंद चीजें और खाने एंजॉय कर सकते हैं। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल, क्योंकि ये फौरी असर करता है। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
Ringing the changes. Mohammad Rizwan early, 5 bowlers used inside the first 11 overs. Jamal expensive at the top of the innings, and that was a forced change. Bringing in Saeem Ayub, taking pace off the ball. In the latest addition to that attack, Harris Ralph. Salman Aliaga will continue. Just making sure he's got his backward point fielder and point fielder in the right place. Boundary went through that in the last over off Irvin. And it's gone straight there, so good fielded positioning.
Second time in 3 balls that Pakistan feel they've been hard done by.
Very animated appeal. I didn't hear anything in my ear. I don't know if you did, Monet. But the reaction from the captain as well, it was not a very confident one straight away. I wonder if they're just trying to get a quick one in there. Pakistan.
Maybe trying to get the umpires involved. Give them a little bit of pressure as well. I certainly didn't hear a sound in my ear. It's a good decision, in my opinion. But Aga's asking good questions. Slight variations in his pace, in his flight, finding the right length for the surface. And he's causing some problems, beating the Zimbabwean batsman on the outside of the bat, also on the inside. So some good skills on display here.
You know, the one thing he's done already is vary his pace. He's allowing the ball to get above the batsman's eye line. And then he's bowling a little bit quicker and flatter. And a player like Marumani, who likes to go at the ball, I think has just got to be careful. Not to try and get to the ball so quickly. Take your time and wait for the ball to come to you. And there's a typical example of what I'm talking about. 65 for 2.
सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Current rate has just dropped slightly over the last 3 or 4 overs, and that's because of the dismissal of Dion Myers. Looking to attack the stumps, Harris Rolfe.
There was an appeal, very convincing appeal, confident appeal.
It's a from Harris Rolfe, isn't it? With bowlers, it's always out. Batters, missing the stumps. I got bat on it, even if they hadn't. I think that one definitely had a bit of inside edge on it. He's confirmed that himself after appealing.
Good shape, spot on. A little bit of an inside edge saved him there. He's using the angle to good effect, is Ralph. Just want to come back to that previous appeal. I thought the keeper's appeal was even better. Just catching it, dropping it down, running in to celebrate the bowler. Almost as if to say there's no need to appeal for this. It's so obviously found the outside edge. Just senses a little bit of pressure building all of a sudden on the Zimbabwe.
Yeah, they most certainly has. Craig Irvin, who came in at the fall of last wicket, is one who takes his time to get going, but there's clear evidence on that Manhattan over number 10, 11, 12 and 14. Definitely been a period where Zimbabwe is just taking a lull in the scoring rate, and confirmation that that wicket of Dion Myers in that 10th over. In the air, gone. It's a very good catch. Gone quickly.
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
जैस के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
All of a sudden, a very solid start from Zimbabwe, 40 for 1 at one stage, starting to look a bit shaky. Sean Williams walks to the middle, 157 matches under his belt, 14 runs short of 5,000, and look at that average, 38. 800s to go with 35 half centuries. Just got 100 against Pakistan in this format. That was back in 2020 in Rawalpindi.
He's been an incredible player for Zimbabwe. So many of those runs have put the Zimbabwe in a place to secure victories. He's there because of this delivery. And we were, just before this delivery, I said it feels like there was a little bit of pressure building on the Zimbabwean batters, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there were pressure on the Zimbabwean batters. And I think often as batsmen, we feel that we almost have to do something to get back on top of the horse and create some momentum. And the reason I say that is because Zimbabwe had such a healthy start. We'll get back to that after the break. Zimbabwe 67 for 3 after 30.
पेशेंट्स मुझे अक्सर कंप्लेन करते हैं कि कोई भी ठंडी या गर्म चीज जैसे कि आइसक्रीम, चाय या कॉफी लेने से दांतों में शदीद तकलीफ का एहसास होता है। इस सेंसेशन को हम सेंसिटिविटी कहते हैं और इसका असर इनकी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी पर भी पड़ता है। ये खुद से ठीक नहीं होती। सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है और इसके बाद आप अपनी मनपसंद चीजें और खाने एंजॉय कर सकते हैं। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल, क्योंकि ये फौरी असर करता है। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
67 for 3 for Zimbabwe. Gumbi in the opener to go. Myers and the captain to go as well. Thick outside edge. Quick single. We don't have much time left together, Mornay, but just talking about Dion Myers earlier and how important university would have been for him maybe in his career and maybe getting an opportunity to play different conditions and improving. Certainly in Zimbabwe, tertiary cricket is something that needs to be worked on and added as a tier, should I say, in your progression as a cricketer in the country and looking to get to national honours. But in South Africa, certainly university allows you to play some good standard of cricket.
Absolutely. It's twofold. It brings a maturity to a player and also just a bit of a balance in life, I suppose. Not that I can really speak about that. I did one semester of statistics and thought university's not for me. I'll add my sums on the scoreboard.
Wow. At least you did a semester. Like I said, between us here behind the mic, I'm not sure we put together 5 semesters.
And we're the batsmen, we're the smart ones.
Ed Rainsford maybe would have played around with education after school. Amir Sahel, I'm not so sure there were universities built when he was done with school.
Shall we compare notes maybe at the end of the day?
Shot. Sean Williams is very good on the slot sweep. Executed well.
Yeah, I guess that shot just sums up why he's got the record for Zimbabwe that he has. Just walked in. It's been a difficult surface for most players, but he latches onto that. There's no man. It's a vacant area towards that mid-wicket area. Not that he would have stopped that. Clean strike for a start.
What Maramani did, Williams in the end didn't. Into the 14th, 74 for 3.
जैस के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ.
Yeah, just a couple of wickets that fall in a little bit of a clump, you would say. 1 for 40, 2 for 58, and 3 for 67. So this partnership is very crucial to just settling the dynamic of the run-setting endeavour. They don't want to lose another one now. Zimbabwe and Marumani is going to have to just restrain himself to some degree. 2 left-handers at the crease. Sean Williams, great deal of experience as I welcome Darlington Matabanadzio for the first time this morning. Good morning.
Morning, Ed. The problem with losing wickets in clumps is the amount of money it's going to be forced to play out of character. And that can be quite difficult because you practice to play a certain way most of the time. And then conditions force you to have to play somewhat differently.
It's something that Amir Sahel and I spoke about in terms of the batting ego. And that little guy on the left or the right shoulder that's saying, oh, take him on, take him down, play your shots. Don't worry about the conditions. Don't worry about the state of play. That comes with maturity. That comes with the ability of understanding where and how far you've got to push the innings. I remember that 22. I don't know who to listen to. Whether it was the little guy on the shoulder, whether it's the crowd that's starting to cheer you up as well.
Just a little attempted uppercut off the bottom edge. Signs of a lack of pace sometimes in this wicket. Now at 22, I was always listening to the bad guy. Slightly more fun.
Upish. The beginning of the innings, in fact, the first 3-4 overs, the net run rate or the current run rate at that particular stage was over 7. And it's because of those 5 overs. But look at how it's just sort of fallen away, especially after the power play. Things have seemed very difficult, and that's mainly due to the wickets that have been lost. But it's also, what are the options for the batters in terms of scoring? And also from a Pakistan perspective, they've changed the tempo of the game by bringing their slower bowlers on.
That's a tall shot from Sean Williams. He's found the gap behind square. This is second boundary. Making batting on the surface look amazingly easy.
His own patches, Sean Williams, that doesn't get up. That lack of pace of the surface, on most occasions probably rush any batter will Harris Roth, but this sits up perfectly for Sean Williams just to ride the bounce and pick the gap. Goes again. Same result, back-to-back boundaries to end the over. After 15, it's 83 for 3.
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं, इट वर्क्स। पेशेंट्स मुझे अक्सर कंप्लेन करते हैं कि कोई भी ठंडी या गर्म चीज जैसे कि आइसक्रीम, चाय या कॉफी लेने से दांतों में शदीद तकलीफ का एहसास होता है। इस सेंसेशन को हम सेंसिटिविटी कहते हैं और इसका असर इनकी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी पर भी पड़ता है। ये खुद से ठीक नहीं होती। सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है और इसके बाद आप अपनी मनपसंद चीजें और खाने एंजॉय कर सकते हैं। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल, क्योंकि ये फौरी असर करता है। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं, इट वर्क्स।
जैज के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं, इट वर्क्स।
जैज के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Yeah, the players are enjoying some drinks, and let's have a relook at the Zimbabwean batting card. They've lost their 3 wickets after Pakistan won the toss and elected to have a bowls.
First wicket to fall. Choilot Gumbi. Marumani got this on the hand and just hesitated. He figured out how much damage had been done there, and then Dion Myers looking to go a little straighter than that, I think. Dragged it. Hasibullah took the catch, and then it was the captain, Craig Irvin. Stayed in the wicket a little longer than he expected. Easy catch it back with point for Ayub.
The bowlers used thus far, the two successful bowlers, are the spinners. And beg your pardon, Haris Rauf and the spinner. Haris Rauf coming in as a fifth change in that particular bowl. And I know you thought he would have come in a little bit earlier. The amount of hostility and pace that he produces. He picks up the other one. Jamal, you'd probably think, was a little bit inconsistent in his initial spell, missed his line and his length, and the two openers did punish him on a regular occurrence. 11 extras by the bowlers, mainly from a wide perspective. So just the 5 bowlers used up to this point. And just prior to going to the drinks break, Sean Williams now goes to 5,000 ODI runs, the best of 174, an average of 38, and he goes past Neil Johnson, Sikander Raza, Brendan Taylor, and Andy Flower from an average point of view. You're welcome.
The Orange ODI here at Queen's Sports Club. Support for Kids Can, young childhood cancer sufferers. Wonderful initiative. As Aga is going to continue into his 5th.
Slip in place for Marumani. Goes on the sweep and gone. The first ball after the drinks break. They pick up a wicket.
This is just the back of a sustained period of pressure.
सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
जैस के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
3 for 4. This average in ODI cricket. Wow, sir. Thank you. Have you done any walking around lately? You can walk from there. Sikander Raza, the next man in, age of 38 now, vastly experienced. You look at those numbers, he's had a really purple patch. Some would say for 3-4 years has Raza. He's now out in the middle. And this is a crucial partnership, and this is why Raza's out there. I want you just to keep an eye on Hamad Rizwan here. Look at the movement. He sees him early going onto the sweep, and you can see how excited he is to pick up a wicket, but the smart movement and the presence of mind to move sharply to his right. Work to do here for Raza and Williams. They've seen it all before, haven't they? They've seen wickets fall around them and before they go out there, so it's something that they'll know how to navigate through this period. Williams just seems like he's in a real good frame of mind at the moment. It's calm. He's also developed this ability of changing his rhythm to his training. He's gone back to the cold therapy, having those cold ice baths and swims early in the morning at the back end of the day as well. It allowed him to just rejuvenate. and the recovery that he requires as you get a bit long and the tooth in international cricket. Let's look at Roos's knee.
Over the top. Has to go all the way for 6. 16 gone. That's 90 for 4.
में जो अक्सर